Did you know that right now, at this very moment, there are currently 6,714,000 Canadians living with some type of mobility impairment? This means that 1 in 6 Canadians use accessible resources in their everyday lives. Therefore, misusing these resources prevents the largest minority in Canada from being able to carry out their daily activities. Just imagine for a minute that you require the use of a wheelchair. Now, picture yourself pulling into the parking lot to find that someone without a permit has illegally parked in the only accessible spot, a violation that occurs 76.3% of times in some cities. Envision how much more difficult it would be for you to exit your car and make it to your destination, all because an able-bodied person deemed their time as being more important than your disability. Once you finally make it to the doors, imagine you press the automatic door opener, which 75% of able-bodied people also use, only to find that this overuse has caused the button to malfunction. Now you're stuck outside, patiently waiting for someone to come and open the door for you. Eventually, you make it inside, only to find yourself being approached by someone who, without even realizing, speaks to you as if your wheelchair is the only thing they notice.
Oh my gosh, you're so inspiring. I know exactly how you feel. I broke my ankle last month and I had to use crutches for a week. Worst experience ever. I don't know how you do it.
Despite this brief encounter, you make your way past the stairs, inaccessible to you, and patiently wait by the elevator, only to be ignored by the other 90% of able-bodied people who also use this resource on a near daily basis. After all of this, imagine you head to the washroom, only to find that the one accessible stall is occupied by someone who treats the extra space as a luxury rather than a necessity. This doesn't sound very ideal, does it? But now imagine if we could reverse all of this.
How are you? How's your weekend? Do you want to head up to class with me? You know what? You go ahead. I'm just going to take the stairs instead.
I always use the automatic door opener, but otherwise rarely. I think I use the elevator one, actually a few times. That's about it. Honestly, sometimes just either me being lazy or otherwise I'll be carrying a lot of stuff, so I'll just use it.
I mean, the question is like whether or not you're doing it for the right purpose. So like I sometimes press the button even though there's no person that like needs it, just that when people are coming in, like they can go through. But then again, like, is that really necessary? Like I could just hold the door, but it's easier just to press a button, but that's taking up the resources that other people could be using.
While we may sometimes use accessible resources without realizing the ramifications, we're asking that you try to be more respectful and aware of the accommodations that have been made specifically for people with disabilities.
So I guess our question is like, if you could tell somebody, what would be one thing that you would want people to know that they might not realize, or
like for disabled people?
Yeah.
I think like there's a misconception that like people who are disabled can't really do normal activities like other people, like normal able-bodied people. And I think that's like a misconception because we're all able to do certain things that we can do, like go to university and participate in activities and stuff like that. So I guess that would be my answer.
That's a great
that's awesome.